where I'm from. I'm from a city that needs freedom, a city that never sleeps, a city that lines the news with palm trees and concrete. I am from a city where souls are sold to slavery, where mamas help babies push out babies, where maybes become, girl, he ain't even been around lately. We grew up with children with no respect, with students who learn neglect from parents that work double shifts just to spend that paycheck on a nigga who could care less. We forget that the steel frame inside of our minds is what causes us to think that these streets give a fuck about that child with no father. About that young man who will no longer be able to carry his 6-month-old son in his arms due to the compassion that has skipped over the head of every youth born into my generation. I'm from a city where young girls wear short skirts and let men slide into their bodies because they truly believe that giving a man what they got to get what they want is all they have to look forward to make it in this twisted society. I am from a city that needs freedom. I'm from a city where there's more crack rocks and Botox than lifelines. So life knocks down the door of every 16-year-old boy in the form of a gun. A city where gang banging and block hanging are credentials for graduating with a full ride to the next juvenile facility, with a bed available for the 13-year-old boy that shot and killed a mother's son to complete his gang initiation. The city that I'm from, we need freedom. We need to fund books, not fund crooks that sell dope in these streets and prevents my community from functioning properly. We need to get these drugs out these parks and bring these assassins from the dark and hold the government accountable for who they really are. We need to take the word single from mother. We need to reach goals with this hunger and realize that the depletion of another court date can be the beginning to our future. I am from a city that needs freedom. I'm from a city where children misidentify their fist as words, a city where women are treated like birds and 3-year-old babies sleep below the window to escape the bullets above the curb. I'm from a city where women are eaten alive from the inside out, where people are born to die a statistic, with no doubt in their hearts that this life that they are living is freedom. Freedom is not this natural disaster of a life that we're living. It ain't just red rags and blue flags that represent some block that'll keep breathing with the oxygen that it stole from your limp body. Freedom ain't just two bodies sharing one soul when really only one body wants to be involved, because in her mind, she thinks that he'll still love her tomorrow. We need freedom. We need thugs to spit more knowledge, thugs to go to college, niggas to become kings and quit holding their queens hostage. We need freedom, freedom, freedom. We need freedom, freedom, freedom. The city that I'm from, we need freedom.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have another piece, but I haven't memorized it yet, so I gotta read it.
That's all right.
What's up, sis?
Because it's new, this is like some new shit.
Go ahead.
Hot
off the presses.
Hot off the press. Okay, so the term nigga, a lot of people don't like the word N-I-G-G-A. I feel like they knew I was a guy, so they named me after it. So I spell niggas N-E-G-U-S, because I'm that nigga. And so this is where this piece came from, my niggas. And it's about how they feel like we are only out here being disruptive or breaking the law, and I feel like they don't really recognize us for the positive things that we do in the world. But when we, on rap videos and going to prison and selling drugs, they want to broadcast that. So this is to like my niggas who we actually are out here, black college graduates, Spelman in the house. And we out here doing it professionally. So this is for them, for y'all.
For us.
For y'all. All right, my nigga, my nigga. My nigga, my nigga. My nigga, my nigga. My motherfucking nigga.
Whoa, come on now.
All my niggas be queens. All my niggas be rich. All my niggas be gods. All my niggas be sick and tired of complying and still dying. All my niggas, we just out here trying to survive and break bread to feed our tribe. And Babylon fears us because they know we on the rise. All my niggas, we got energy lights enough to fly. Root chakra connected to the earth because it's mine, I mean it's ours. All my niggas got scars. Battle wounds that prove that we will never back down to the sound of the red, white, and blue. Just stay true to I and I and the moon. All my niggas, we on the move. On the up and up. Fuck throwing our hands up cause we ain't the ones who messed up. Told to stay in line by the same people who won't fess up for killing us. All my niggas can't trust no pig that's just trying to make they quota and then act like they told you to comply and you'll live when we all know they'd shoot you just as quick as a ticket they wrote you. All my niggas be soldiers. Screaming fuck the police, we taking over these streets. Can't no tear gas take us off our feet, no off our toes. All my niggas be pros. Suit and tie, we graduates from the hood. Stand tall for those who can't but wish they could. Graduated from the projects to the good life of being project by those carrying shouldas, couldas, wouldas. All my niggas, we fooled you into thinking that the white man can keep us down when they can't. Telling me comply, but we still here in they face. We are the chosen generation, here to protect what they can't. All my niggas be gods, so fuck y'all niggas who ain't.
Them millennials ain't playing, huh? Yeah. That's right. This is their time. This is their time. Fearless generation. You just gotta get the right things on your mind. That's all. Look here. We're gonna move this thing right forward real quick. We're gonna bring Big Brother Jamil Muhammad up here to address the crowd. Please give him a warm round of applause.
Thanks everybody, thanks. Peace, 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 peace. Assalamu alaikum. Like y'all alright?
Yes, sir.
This is the easy part of the program for you. But it's a little bit difficult and I want to ask your help so we can all team up and make this happen. You saw on the flyer tonight, which we extended to you in God's name and in the name of everybody that's righteous, we asked you to get behind a generation of our young people who would do the right thing and start this music to healing lives. You heard Baba Salim in his opening remarks talk about saving lives. You heard our brothers and sisters talking about saving lives. When my little brother Stephen the Truth Spitter said that, Stephen X the Truth Spitter, he said that this is about psychological black on black violence. We're here tonight not only to live our lives, but we're here to save other lives. If you agree with me, just raise your hand. If you agree. We want to make sure we go in agreement throughout this next few minutes because we don't have long. We'll be right back to the music, right back to the entertainment in just a moment. But I wanted to say a word to you tonight as I was invited to do. And Brother Harold, you know how difficult this is because we have to move forward together as a team.
Yes, sir.
On the issue of black on black crime, when my sister said that she lost her brother when she was 16 and he was 14, he was shot by another young black man in the streets of Compton, California. When she talked about that, how many of you felt something because you've lost a member of your family or your community to the same kind of thing? Come on, just raise your hand. If your family's been touched by it. If your family's been touched by the scourge of drugs, of crack, of heroin, of sherm, whatever they call the drug that destroyed the life and mind of somebody in your family, if your family's been touched, just raise your hand at this time. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. If we are, then we have shared death. Tonight I come to you with a radical proposal. Why not let's share life? Why not let's begin to turn things around and change things? Our faces have become frozen in a mask of death. When we get on the subway to ride the green line, the red line, ain't too many of us on the silver line yet, but when we ride the blue line and the orange line through the city of Washington and around the surrounding suburbs, we wear a face frozen in death of emotion, death of involvement, death of connection. We don't speak to nobody and don't nobody speak to us. We get on the bus. Don't care if you ride the 32, the 70, the U5, the W4, whatever your bus is. When you get on the bus, you sit down and you sit as far away from as many other people as you can. And you keep your face from directing into somebody else's face. You try to look away from them and ignore them if at all possible. You don't want to say good morning, good evening, how you doing, how you been. All you want to do is get where you have to go without connecting with anybody else. That lack of connection is a hallmark of death. So I'm going to ask you over the next few moments to stay with us and stay connected so we can build some life. Because if you have the opportunity to speak to somebody you never met, to greet somebody you haven't seen, that's an opportunity to reinstill life in a community that has become desensitized to death. We so desensitized to death, we don't even remember the names of the victims anymore. We don't even remember the names of police brutality victims. We can remember, well, maybe Mike Brown, well, maybe Oscar Grant, well, maybe Walter Scott, well, maybe Sandra Bland. But after that and beyond that, we begin to lose recollection because it happens so frequently, we can't even think of it anymore. If you know I'm telling the truth, just hold your hand up and say, amen. Amen. But more importantly than that, dear brothers and sisters, we lose and destroy our own lives at a rate so alarming that it happens in the thousands and you can't even remember. In Baltimore City, 40 miles from here, there are over 300 murders this year. And the people in the city of Baltimore can't even remember who died and why and for what reason. Everywhere around Black America, we are victims of our own violence against ourselves. We sell drugs and dope, but we don't take the dope to the white community and sell dope on the corner. Ain't no trapping in Bethesda. You're not on the corner out in McLean selling dope. Ain't nobody standing on the corner in Chevy Chase hollering, hoo-hoo-hoo. That's what you do in your community. Because black on black crime has become accepted by blacks who have adapted the mask of death. We don't put the women and girls of other nationalities on the street in their community. You know where the track is in black communities. But you can't ride out to Rockville and Gaithersburg and find their women walking the streets. Our sisters from Compton, California, she could tell you that there's no track up in Beverly Hills.
Oh, no, it's on Figueroa.
It's on Figueroa, right there by USC, headed down by Fox Chevrolet. I don't know nothing about it, but I'm telling you, it's out there in Los Angeles. What I'm saying to you, dear brothers and sisters, as we try to lighten the load of this heavy burden that we've been forced to carry, is that tonight we're in a special place with special people to do a special thing. Now, this is the fulcrum upon which the future of these programs turns. The African American Music Association, founded by Kenny Gamble and established in Washington by our brother Baba Salim, held forward and held up and moved forward by our brother Edward Tate. Now we need to help him. And I'm going to ask that we do that tonight. Psychologically, the black on black crime that we inflict on one another is not always with a trigger and a bullet or a knife or a blade. Sometimes it's with a word so cold, so cutting, so hurtful that you wonder, how could you ever withstand it? Sometimes it's a word from your father that he says, I'll be there, son. And you dress up and sit on the porch and wait for daddy, and he never comes. That's black on black crime. When your mother looks at you out of the side of her eye And I'm not saying it happened in your case, but she look at you and say, you look just like Big Bob. He wasn't nothing. You ain't nothing. Huh? But when that happens, isn't that black on black crime? Isn't it black on black crime for your teachers in school to tell you you'll never be nothing? You're not going to Harvard, to Yale, to Morgan, to Howard. You're going to Lawton. That's where you're going, because you ain't nothing. See, that's black on black crime. When you laugh at your husband's attempt to feed your family because he's not making enough money to match what you see on the Housewives of Atlanta or Los Angeles or New York or New Jersey, and you see them on the reality shows with their hair weaves down to here and their fake eyelashes out to here. Right. And you see them running around with their implants here and their implants here, but nothing here. And you ask them to support, you ask your husband to support you like they've been supported. He's a good man. He's working hard as he can. He got a record, but he's still out there scrapping to save something for you and for the family. And you look at him and say, nigga, you ain't doing nothing. That's black on black crime. Do you understand me? So I ask you tonight, dear brothers and sisters, to rein it in. Let us go forward from this place where your mouth is a place of safety and security for all those who hear the words spoken by it. Can you all agree on that? Yes. Why don't we agree that tonight your hands will be a place of safety? Yes, for your brothers in the street, but often quietly, surreptitiously, and undercover, you become the kind of coward that puts his hands on a woman. Black on black crime. I ask you tonight, for the sake of your children, don't be victimizers, making them suffer from your sickness. If somebody messed over you, don't you mess over your children. If they abused you, don't abuse your children, because growing up around you is a group of young men and young women who won't tolerate that mess. And when they catch you doing such, you'll be a memory, but only for a short time, because nobody will even remember your rotten, no good behind. Tonight is the night when we make a determination that we'll support what supports us. And I'm prepared to ask you to help Brother Edward. I hope you don't mind me asking that, brother. But I'm going to ask everyone here to help you to assure that what we do moving forward is easier than it's been for you up to now. On a Thursday night in Washington, D.C., there are maybe less than 100 of us here. And this is a good crowd compared, right, Sister Jamila, to what it's been in the past. It's a good crowd. And we're asking you to continue to make it better. But on a Thursday night in Washington, D.C., if we were dealing